भवसागर तारन कारण है, रविनंदन वंदन कंदन है। शरणागत किंकर वीत मने, शरणागत किंकर वीत मने। गुरुदेव दया कर दीन जने, हृदि कंदर तामस भाष करो है। तुमी विष्णु प्रजापति शंकर है, पर ब्रह्म परात पर वेद बने। गुरुदेव दया कर दीन जने, मन बारन शासन अंकुश है। नर त्राण तरे हरि चकुश है, गुणगान परायण देवगणे। गुरुदेव दया कर दीन जने, कुल कुंडलिनी घुम भंजक है। हृदि क्रांति विदारन कारक है, मम मानस चंचल रात्रि दिने। गुरुदेव दया कर दीन जने, रिपुसूदन मंगल नायक है। सुख शांति बरा भयदायक है, त्रयताप हरे तब नाम गुने। गुरुदेव दया कर दीन जने, अभिमान प्रभावरि मर्दक है। गोटिहीन जने तुमि रक्षक है, चित शंकित वंचित भक्ति दने। गुरुदेव दया कर दीन जने, तब नाम सदा शुभ साधक है। पतिता धम मानव पावक है, महिमा तब गोचर शुद्ध मने। महिमा तब गोचर शुद्ध मने। गुरुदेव दया कर दीन जने, जय सद्गुरु ईश्वर प्रापक है। भाव रोग विकार विनाशक है, मन जय न रहे तब श्री चरणे। मन जय न रहे तब श्री चरणे। गुरुदेव दया कर दीन जने, गुरुदेव दया कर दीन जने। गुरुदेव दया कर दीन जने। ओम Namaskar and good morning. Sitaram. Well, welcome to Mandir. And every day it's my intention to bring this divine message, this message that was transmitted, the message was recorded, and to you. So this way, all of us can lift ourselves up. We all have the potentials to be gods and goddesses. Nay, we are already gods and goddesses, liberated souls, but we only have to rediscover that. So we have to make that shift, that dynamic shift from being in the lower nature, the manifested state where we identify ourselves with the body, mind, intellect, and ego, and we have to make that shift gradually. But it has to be a replacement. If we say that we have a problem with alcoholism, or someone has it, you can't tell them to stop drinking, but you could tell them, give them a replacement. Okay, let's do this. Because the mind is always full, and it has to be always in that full capacity. So it is a displacement replacement. Displace the bad and replace with the good. Let the thinking change. Let us move it from the manifested on to the unmanifested, and then this is our moksha. With that being said, pilgrimages is a good way of making that shift. Because when we move from that, ordinary place that we're staying, and we take a pilgrimage where great saints and holy men, gods and goddesses would have traversed, then it gives us a feeling more connection to our goal in life, self-realization, universal emancipation. And that's what Swamiji Parameshananda had said. Let's bring in the gurus here this morning. Let's bring in Swami Parameshananda and Krishna and Christ and the Buddha and Mother Durga and Lord Shiva and whoever your deity, because we need them, all right? We can't go to this place, the unknown. So we have to go from the known to the unknown. And let's bring in the gurus. Om Dhyana Moolam Guru Murti Puja Moolam Guru Param Mantra Moolam Guru Vakyam Moksha Moolam Guru Kripa. Let us all fill our mind all the time with as much as I can meditation and Guru. Let us do worship the Guru. Let us always think, read about the Guru, read about the spiritual master. So our mind is filled with that, so there's no opportunity for that lower nature. Swami Parameshananda would have said, Maharaj is the one who thinks of unraveling the mysteries of spiritual life. But a mind that is torn by passion and agonized by carnal hankerings. This thing about what he's talking about here, the lower nature. And this morning, I want to take you on a pilgrimage, a nice pilgrimage. And I did it, and I was coming from, we were in preaching party in Bangalore, and then Chennai, and then Swamiji came and he says, oh, it's time that you're going to go to pilgrimage, because this is part of your training of becoming a sannyas. Swamiji, where am I going to go? You're going to go into the Himalayas. Who's going to go with me? No, you're going to go by yourself. Swamiji, is the first time I haven't gone with the train by myself. No, this is part of the sannyas life, that you go and you take journeys that are necessary for you, okay? And this morning, let us do our dan to people who need it. Good morning. Here's something for you, sir. Something for you.
No, thanks.
Okay. You having a good day? Take care. So then, you know, he's not feeling well. His mental capacity has gone, and some days, you know, he's all right, and then some days it's gone. Just goes to show that how fortunate that we are. We have the faculties all alive, all working. So anyway, I had to go on this pilgrimage. Leaving from Chennai, I took the train all by myself, and it happened to delay like 10 hours. So instead of reaching Delhi in the day, I reached like 6, 7 in the night. And I stayed there the night. The next morning I got a bus to Haridwar. And even then the bus had to stop because there was flooding. I had to take the rickshaw. All I'm doing by myself. And then staying at Haridwar, early morning they put me on the bus. And I'm going now to Badrinath. And I joined the bus, and they said, okay, you have to change the bus and take another bus. But anyway, I missed the stop, so I went up in Joshimath, and I'm thinking, okay, what will I do now? And then so happened that one of our ashram was there that just started in Joshimath, and I'm getting ready to check into Adi Shankaracharya ashram. That's the math that was started by Adi Shankaracharya, the one in the north. And I was checking in, then Swamiji said, oh, you're from Bharat SEVASHRAM, sing. Listen, and I hear, Hare Guru Shankara Shiva Shambho, Hare Guru Shankara Shiva Shambho, Om Hare Guru Shankara Shiva Shambho, Hare Guru Shankara Shiva Shambho. And I said, that's our ashram song. He says, why are you checking here? Go to your ashram. And he arranged a boy, and we had to walk in the dark, crawling up the mountains with my bag, and then we go into the ashram. Brahmachari Dev was very glad to see me. And he says, okay, Shamji, you'll be doing the arti. And I did the arti. We had a nice meal, and the night was so cold because it was a zinc shed on the top, the zinc, and the side, the tarp was there. And for the bathroom, you have to go outside. Anyway, I managed, I've been accustomed to it. This is part of sadhu's life, that when you're not looking for comfort, because comfort is a betrayal of spiritual life. That when you get in comfort, then you make this illusionary world of ours here in earth, and we're thinking, oh, we want a nice home, nice furniture, nice clothing, all of these things, and then it's just when time comes to leave it, oh, you don't want to. Anyway, I stayed the night. The next morning we got up early and we went towards the Badrinath. And there was a mudslide, and the road was all blocked up. We had to come off the bus, ran like 200 yards with our slippers in the hand, knee-high deep in mud. And there was a vehicle low down in the valley, and they was toppled down. He got caught, the mudslide caught him. And of course people are there and no one rescued them, so they died. Anyway, we continued into Badrinath. It was so nice when I went there. We checked in and go into the ashram, and this is, Swamiji, go take a warm bath at the back of Badrinath ashram, that famous mandir, Badrikanath mandir, and Vishnu Bhagwan. And I took a bath in the silver spring, nice hot water, and then come back, spend the night. And then early morning I went and I saw where the army camp was, and next to it there was the place that the Veda Vyas would have dictated the Mahabharata to Ganeshji. And you know that story, well, we won't talk about it. But anyway, I started my journey from Keshav, Prayag, and we're coming down with a bus. And the song that was playing, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Hara Hara Bole, Namah Shivaya, Vishveshwarai, Shiva Vishveshwarai, Hara Hara Bole, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Hara Hara Bole, Namah Shivaya. And listening to the song coming down the Himalayas, the bus was going around and around on the mountain, because that's how the road is cut out on the side of the mountain. And then I came to Gauri Kund late in the night, and then I was taken to, and Swamiji were waiting for me, and I took a bath and I eat some food and spent the night, did arti also. And then in the morning, they put me and say, you're going to go to Kedarnath. And they said, okay, you're going to have to go with a pony. And they arranged a pony, 2 ponies, one with a guide and one for myself. And we are going up. But I wanted to walk, but it was a 4-hour journey, and it was a little raining. After some time, I jumped on the pony and we reached there. Get to the ashram, and our Swamiji, Vishwanathananda, now he's America SEVASHRAM Chang, he was there, and he would have spent like 15 years there. And Swamiji was so excited to see me. And then he took me to get darshan of that Jyotirlinga in Kedarnath. And then we went around and see the places, visit the sadhus in the caves. And while we were there, one man was running down in the afternoon. He was bringing flowers from way up in the Himalayas for worship for the Kedarnath Jyotirlinga. And he had a bag of flowers, and this is Jyoti every day. And I was given one, and I felt so good about it. Anyway, it was such a beautiful trip there. And there's so many things happened. But we continued. I continue, come back to Gaurikund, spend the night again, and then morning I start traveling. And then I stopped at Rudraprayag. And this is where my story starts, the moral of this pilgrimage. That at Keshav Prayag, Alaknanda River and Mandakini would have reached up. Mandakini coming from next door ashram in Kedarnath, and they reached up. And what happened? Mandakini loses her name and form because she merges with Alaknanda. And this is a place of pilgrimage, and I'll speak more about that later on. And then Alaknanda continues, and he joins up with Bhagirathi. And where Bhagirathi is coming from? He's come from Gomukh. She's coming from Gomukh. And this Saint Bhagirathi had prayed for the sons of the king to be 60,000 sons of, to be, the bones were left in, they were killed by this, I forgot the names of the saint in Ganga Sagar there. But anyway, these two rivers, Bhagirathi and Alaknanda, reach up at Devan Prayag. And what happened? They both lose their name and form. And then they becomes the Ganges, the Ganga, Mother Ganga. Now, why this here? Why this is the premier place of pilgrimage? Because in our lifetime, we have to work to that place where we also lose our name and form. And then when we do that, we would have ended up as being liberated souls in this lifetime. So this pilgrimage is so powerful. And there's a nice song that I like to sing that will say something to the verses. Ganga mein nahi, Jamuna mein nahi, महलों में नहीं, कुटियों में नहीं, जहाँ याद करो भगवान वही, जहाँ याद करो भगवान वही। पाताल गगन जल में थल में, मुस्कात हुआ निकले फल में। मंदिर में नहीं, तीर्थों में नहीं, मंदिर में नहीं, तीर्थों में नहीं, गीता में नहीं, वेदों में नहीं, जहाँ याद करो भगवान वही, जहाँ याद करो भगवान वही। And the bhajan is saying, you can go to all these places, you can go to the temple, you can read the Gita, all these pilgrimages, but if the mind is not there, and the mind is on worldly matters, there's no good in it. So this power of concentration is necessary in our lives. Whether we are a student or in the workplace, this power of concentration will determine who we are. Our progress in life will be determined by that. So this is such a powerful song. And let us all close with this prayer. And I'll explain it to you. Om Bhadrang Karnibri Srinyama Deva Bhadrang Pashimakshabhirya Jatra Stirairangaistustavam Sastanobi Vyaseva Deva Hitam Yadayu Swasti no Indro Vrihastava Swasti na Pusha Vishvadeva Swasti nastaksho Arishtanemi Swasti no Vrihaspati Vradatu. That, oh Lord, give me that divine ear so I hear divine things. Like this, talking about your greatness this morning, talking about your pilgrimage. Let me take out the divine from it and become like you. And give me that third eye, Lord Shiva, so I could see with my eyes closed. I could, because consciousness is the light that is bring brightness to everything. So how powerful prayer. And also let all my faculties, my limbs, my mind, my intellect be for the welfare of the world. Let me serve. Let me meditate on you. Let me serve you in all of your creation. And then I know you will give me your grace. This morning we are asking for God's grace. We've made human effort. You've come and you'll be listening to this, and so many will be listening to this pilgrimage, and pilgrimage is such a beautiful thing. Swami Parameshananda encouraged it. And this morning let us do a meditation on Lord Shiva, because he's the one that he came down, and he was the one that was in Gomukh when Mother Ganga came down. And she personally came down, and then she manifested into a river when she came into the jata of Lord Shiva. And this way the water flowed out from Lord Shiva's head. And in our Hindu tradition, Lord Shiva is Adi Deva. When we meditate with Lord Shiva, that is our power of concentration. Om Sri Guru Shivaya Namah. 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 Well, let your life be a pilgrimage. Let blessings from all the gods and goddesses to you today, that you have the power of concentration to discern from what is real from unreal. All that is manifested, all that we can see with our senses, that is unreal. What is unreal is when we transcend and shift our attention from worldly matters, and we want to be in relationship. We want to become consciousness. We want to return from where we came from. Blessings, blessings. Jai Gurudev.